I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of tats.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Now You Made It Awkward podcast. Technically, it's episode 124, but it's actually our 2024 year-end roundup.
There it is.
Yes. So we're going to be doing our top 10, hopefully, worst and best list of the year. And, well, one of us will be doing
I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get a lot of good stuff from Kevin. You're going to get an absolute train wreck from me. I misunderstood the assignment, and now I'm just happy because I'll be pissing him off the rest of the episode. It's going to be a great day.
Literally,
and my coffee kicked in, and I'm ready to roll.
he literally was given the assignment, wrote it down, and fucked it
Still
up.
did it wrong. Yay, me.
It's been a great year, guys. Either way,
Nice knowing you.
Jeff had a good first year on the show. We'll see if the second one happens after New Year's.
Right?
So, guys, we will be recording a New Year's show, but it will be a
It's going to
shit
be
show.
a train wreck.
And hopefully we'll be able to get some of the other people in the house involved. Hopefully, it's not just you and me bullshitting. Hopefully we'll get other people involved. But let me finish the intro to this show. So.
I can rope into boy. We can both piss you off. It'll be great.
No. I want to get Chad on. I want to talk to Chad.
Yep.
And it'd be fun to get Heidi in, too.
Get Chewy talking too.
Oh, perhaps, yes. I don't know Chewy at all, so.
Oh, he's Chad's assistant, works with him, helps him out.
I know who he is.
His name's Jesus, but I don't like calling him Jesus, so he's Chewy.
Because he's a co-pilot?
No, that's just the Mexican slang term for Jesus.
Okay.
It is.
Okay. I'm going to finish the intro now.
No.
I'm doing the intro. Either way. So, guys, make sure you do that like and subscribe thing to this here channel. Obviously, if you want to check out my stuff, it is down below. Obviously, I'm Shoky, despite what other people keep calling me in this episode. Do the like and subscribe thing. If you do want to write into the show, you can do so at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail@gmail.com. Please write in with your list. I will have our list posted down below if you want to be able to read them. And, of course, if you want to send in voicemails, do not send in very long fucking top 10 lists of your own into the voicemail. But if you have questions and comments for us, you can do so where?
Add the Now You Made It Awkward podcast.
Yes, and that's
on
Hefe.
the Facebook. And
Yeah.
I'm Hefe. Do me a favor. Send me ideas to irritate him, please.
No, please don't. And I forgot to actually say it last time, but he does have an Instagrams.
There's Instagram, Grounded in Grumpy.
Yeah. So all the stuff would have been on the screen. It would have just been in super chaotic order because we, even though I'm wearing different clothing behind the scenes, it's the same day. We literally just finished the other episode. We've never done a double header, so this will be interesting. I guess.
But we have done a 4-hour podcast, so it's almost
done a 5-hour podcast, but that's different. Hopefully this one won't be that long.
Yeah, that long one was irritating. Y'all were drunk. I was sober.
Y'all, I was not drunk. Will was pretty drunk.
Will was drunk, so was Jessica.
Jessica was getting high. She
High,
wasn't
yeah.
drunk. She got high. She
That
hit
last hour
pipe.
and a half was a chaotic.
Episode 100 was crazy. Oh, it's entirely possible that I will be in person for Dante's episode 200
Nice.
next year. So, unfortunately, my vacation got bumped by a week, so I'm going to have to figure something out how to get up to Maryland
Oh, that's a
the next week when I'm not on vacation.
Definitely not going up there. You have fun.
I'm going, not you. So, either way. So that'll be fun. Next year's vacation. So
what did you
Oh,
pour
by
us,
the way,
buddy?
sorry, I forgot. We're doing a quick taste test here. It's not a taste test for me. It's a taste test for you because you've never had this.
No, it smells wonderful.
Yes. So this is known as Bourbon County Brand Stout. It is a very stout
Smells
barrel
really
aged.
nice.
It is 14.9% alcohol.
That's awesome.
It is.
That's really good, man.
It is still way too expensive for what it is. But since Goose Island has been available down here in Texas for at least like 8 or 9 years now, it comes out usually around Black Friday.
Yeah.
It's usually when
Delicious.
the big stuff.
This is great.
So we have 2 other variants of this in the fridge, and I wanted to do an actual proper taste test video. But giving you the base level, plus this is still readily available at every
it's
HEB.
great.
It gets hard to drink after a while. If you have
I could see that.
when you have it to yourself, it takes a while. Plus, we both had coffee in the last episode, so might as well.
That would
wrap
have
this up.
paired well with the coffee right beside it.
They had a coffee version back in the day that was really
Oh,
good.
yeah.
It was really good.
You
Okay.
remember when Southern Star had their coffee stout?
Nope. Never had it.
Our little friend Miss Shayna hooked me up with a whole growler for my father-in-law's birthday one year.
You got to remember, I stopped drinking there a long time ago.
Okay.
Because I stopped working there.
Ah.
Yeah.
But it was good.
Yes.
It was excellent. All right, lead the way. I'll follow and
All right.
screw shit up.
So, guys, what we're going to be doing, if you missed the description, much like Jeff, we're going to be doing our top 10 worst, or technically bottom 10 TV shows, top 10 TV shows and or honorable mentions. Same thing for movies, and then our top 10 best things of this year.
Yeah, we're not. You're not getting half of that.
Well, maybe you'll adjust as time goes
Nope.
on. He sucks at this. Next time, follow instructions.
Next time, double check my homework.
I'm going to make sure it's on paper. I was busy. I meant to text you yesterday, but yesterday was literally a shit show.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. It was literally a shit show.
Keep going.
Okay, so speaking of shit shows, that's what we're going to talk about first.
All right.
So, guys, this will be our top 10 worst TV shows, in my case, of this year. So let's just go back and forth.
Okay, a series I watched.
So hold on. Let me do my honorable mention first.
Okay.
Because it's the
For
last.
worst?
Yeah, for worst. So this is literally the thing we talked about 10 minutes ago in real time. Dune Prophecy.
That's your honorable mention?
That's my honorable mention for worst, and I'll tell you
That's
why.
actually there as mine.
Okay. So here's the thing about it. One, as we're recording this, it has not completed.
Mhm.
So we cannot rate it 100%. You haven't even watched the whole thing. So.
I haven't, but just getting into it, I'm like, this
Yeah.
is hard.
Yeah. So for me, it was a real slow burn, but it's gotten better. And it's gotten better because they finally started unveiling the plot in episode 4.5. And then episode 5 was all about the plot. And then once again, they did the end of the show major review.
Yeah.
The structure of the show, kind of annoying because it is like blah, 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 blah. Major plot detail, end. Trickle that, like, pace it differently.
Yeah.
So you basically, is that your number 10 then? Or is that an honorable mention?
I don't think I have 10 for worst.
Really?
I didn't.
So that's your bottom.
I personally did not watch a lot of things that I was questionable about. I
Uh-huh.
watched things that I had a good idea I would enjoy.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of worst.
Well, what I'll tell you is the bottom 5 on my worst are not bad. They're just not good enough to
Okay.
be on best.
So I was taking this stuff that I just
Yeah.
actively did not like or hated.
Once again, the instructions were given.
Yeah.
So no, it's so
And you're going to keep referencing
because
we all know I fucked
yeah.
up.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, okay, so as I go through my worst list, you might actually be able to agree because I know you've watched
I'm
some
going to
of
try
these
to
things.
copy off your homework.
Yeah.
So,
So I think okay. So did you have anything? What's your next one after Dune then?
I actually tried to watch the new episodes of South Park.
Okay.
Could not get into them. They irritated me. So South Park is one of the worst things I've watched this year.
So it was just like not good enough
It was
to get
just
into.
pissed me off. It was irritating.
Okay, that makes sense. So that's
Because here lately, the loud noises, the random shit, it's just getting on my nerves.
I think since the Panderverse movie, I guess technically speaking, they haven't gone downhill, but there hasn't been enough for them to. The fact that South Park is able to pivot week to week if shit goes wrong, they'll have a story written and then manage to pivot and make the new episode
Mhm.
adjust to something that just fucking happened.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty cool.
So I've got one more, and that's all I got for worst.
Really?
Well,
Okay.
Earlier this year,
So you had
beginning of the year, I
3.
started watching a cheesy little television show called Scorpion
Okay, I know of
about the nerds working for the FBI.
it. Yeah. It's like Chuck, but not.
It was good until the very ending, and it was because of the very final episode how it got canceled. They wrapped it up quick, and it just absolutely pissed me off how they wrapped it up. So that is one of the worst shows I've ever watched.
I remember you mentioning this in like episode like.
I mean, for no reason, they had a
110.
big conflict, and then the team split up, and that was
yeah,
it.
I remember when you bitched about this. It was like
That was
about
just
6
horrible
weeks
writing.
ago. Yeah, horrible writing. Okay, so
Then,
that leads.
this is
Okay,
all you,
2
buddy.
More. Okay,
All you, buddy.
go ahead.
That's all I got.
Oh, okay.
worse.
You work with your hand motions next.
Lead the
time. 'Cause
way.
You were like, stop it. Go ahead.
Go
like-
ahead.
You're like, go. You're like, wait. I'm gonna put my hand up and tell you to go. Okay.
It's
so-
your turn.
All right. Yes, it's my turn for the next 9 or 10 technically. Okay, so my number 10 is Good Omens.
Haven't watched.
Yes, but I talked about it here on the show.
I will, but haven't.
Season 2 was so fucking weird and like once again pacing problems. It's like still good, and then the character by the end of it you're like, okay, I didn't think that's where we were going with this, but okay. But overall, because I watched the whole series up to current, the first season really good, followed a solid plot. Second season what the fuck is going on the whole season. And then it wraps up with a, okay, is that what we're doing here? So it's when you hear the rest of my worst, it makes sense why at least the show I liked is so low on the list. Now, this is what I was talking about. Good shows that are on the list of worst because they are not good enough to be on best. House of the Dragon season 2.
That's on my honorable mention.
Okay, so that's an honorable mention. So same pacing problems, but it unfolded, but also the fact that it basically blue-balled the fandom.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody wanted to see the next big battle, and they just blue-balled us with all the dragons flying at each other before we could get there.
Yep.
But cool big shit did happen. Like, especially the episode where they sent in, like, the culling of the seeds. That was a badass episode.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when they basically, Vermithor gets a new rider, Silverwing gets a new rider, all that. Fucking great episode. Yeah. And then, next episode, fucking shit the bed.
Yeah.
It's like they ended on shitting the bed, unfortunately. Still good, but not good enough to be on the good list. That's why it's so low on the bad list. Next one, something that I think Sean mentioned to me, and I reached back into the Gundam universe to a new series that was on Netflix called Gundam Requiem for Vengeance. They retconned in another Gundam into original Gundam. So it's taking place during a chunk of the 1 year war that was still on Earth. It's all CG. Looks fantastic, don't get me wrong. Like the big robots fighting, really fucking well done. The people, weird video game graphics, but it's a CG show. What are you gonna do? They didn't have to make them look so modern. They could have made them look more like the characters from the fucking 80s. Mm-hmm. That would have made way more sense because some of the characters look like they were actually some of the characters were straight out of original Gundam. And then some of them were like, oh, modern, covered in tattoos, pink short hair, nose ring. I was like, yeah, that's all of 2024. That has nothing to do with fucking 1980 when it originally is the thing. Not a terrible series, but once again, just retconning in a side story to a story that has already been settled.
Okay.
Adding a Gundam that did not previously exist in that universe. They're just like, hey, here we go. Just whatever. Not terrible, but also not great. But it looks like we're going for a season 2 somehow.
Right. All right, next.
Resident Alien.
I'm in season 1 right now.
Yeah. So we watched up to current, which would be still waiting on season 3 to happen.
Is it worth me to continue?
You might like it more than me because
I like Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, I do too. I like Alan Tudyk very much. However, season 2 gets so fucking ridiculous and dumb. So he goes from being a super smart alien who just made a couple bad mistakes and is trying to make up for him in season 1 to season 2 being a complete and utter fucking retard.
A lot of that show that's getting hard for me to get through is the Schadenfreude of everything.
It's all Schadenfreude, and it's cringe. It's a lot of cringe humor.
Cringe is Schadenfreude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, Schadenfreude doesn't have
cringe for the dumb people.
Yeah, well, I think you're not wrong that cringe can be Schadenfreude, but it's not the same.
But it's
yeah, Schadenfreude is not cringe. I'll put it that way.
Well, Schadenfreude is taking enjoyment out of other people's pain and uncomfortable situations.
But the fact that in this case it is cringe.
I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
Because I have a hard time watching, because sometimes it's just like on Kill Tony.
Yeah.
When someone's up there bombing like a motherfucker, it's hard to watch.
Oh, so you see it as from an almost empathetic section.
Yes.
I see it as more, this is fucking stupid, get him off the stage.
But all I can think, at least after him, we're going to get a good comedian to make up for the bomb.
Hopefully. Unless it's that one.
We're going to get the crazy the autistic guy. What's his name?
Yes.
He's funny as hell.
People hate him. Weirdly.
Really?
Yeah. People think that Tony pushed him to the front way too fast and he's not that funny. But Drew Nickens does have... him. He benefits from following somebody who bombs, but when he goes first, like he did 2 weeks ago, wasn't that great. The interview portion was fantastic.
That's where Nickens needs to be, is following a bomb.
Just constantly following up a bomb. Putting him to open...
Because he's stupid enough just to make everybody laugh.
Yeah, putting him in as a cleanup act is way better than having him do
Heath, what's his face, would have been a great opener. Yeah, Heath Portis.
He also bombs more often. He's getting better, but he bombs a lot. We'll talk about Kill Tony later.
Okay.
Talking about Resident Alien right now. If you're feeling that in season 1, quit now.
Okay.
Season 2's worse.
And it just gets worse and worse?
Gets way worse. It gets way worser.
because it's just so hard to watch him just stumble through everything and be so awkward.
He gets okay, so he becomes more human in season 2.
And he tries to have emotions and feel.
Well, he
things.
does have emotions. He has sex and everything, which is hilarious.
Oh God!
But here's the thing: the unraveling story of who Harry was, the actual character of Harry, and then the weird time traveling alien story is also weird. Or I guess not time. It's timey-wimey. It's weird. Season 2 is very rambly.
Okay.
But also, I feel like the parts that were funny just droned on as like, oh God. And like I said, he gets dumber and dumber, and it makes no sense. Unless they're trying to explain that the further he gets away from being a pure alien, that's why he's getting dumber. That would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, he's just getting stupider and stupider. And more and more people start figuring out he's an alien or have to be brought into it.
Yeah.
It just gets dumber. But I mean, it's not a bad show. I have no clue what they're trying to do with it. It's lost the plot.
I think they're just letting Alan Tudyk flail around and be himself.
And I think that I will say the makeup looks really good. If he actually has to put on that alien makeup,
it's mainly masturbatory filmmaking is what it's breaking down to.
It is very Kevin Smith like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so beyond that, a show that actually wasn't terrible, but I couldn't put it very much higher. Actually, you know what? It's probably not fair to put it at number 6. Probably actually was better. Okay, so I did fuck up my order because Fallout was definitely better than Gundam.
Yeah, I couldn't get past the second episode.
The Fallout series, once you got past the weirdness at the beginning, actually had a good mystery. The action was really fucking good. The characters ended up being much more likable than I thought they were at the start. And the show looks like it's straight out of the fucking universe it's supposed to be played in. So for a TV show based on a video game, much like we've gotten with some other recent series, it's really not bad. And yeah, I did forget to move that. It should not be at number 6. That should be closer to number 8. Like, it should be ahead of Gundam on the goodness level. It's bad, but it was not without its problems. I'm getting tired of Walton Goggins being in fucking everything. Like, he plays almost the same character and everything. This one, him being the ghoul was cool, but like the human part of him before he becomes the ghoul was kind of a shitbag, and I fucking hated that. But everything else about the retro future nuclear fucking world is cool.
Yeah.
And the fact that
they really captured the video game.
They really did. Even though what happened
visually, at least
visually and references, because this is a story that did not take place in the games. This is actually almost entirely new. They actually borrowed shit from multiple video games to make it happen. So it's not bad. Hopefully season 2 will increase it. Plus the main character is not terrible to look at. She got big eyes, but she's hot otherwise. Okay, beyond that, number 5 is Somebody Somewhere. So I mentioned this show a while back. It's one my cousin Jeff is in.
Oh yeah, with all the stuff and the thing.
Yeah, it's very real.
The pole to pole and everything, all that.
Well, this one they were talking about shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was just I'm in season 2 and I have not picked it up for a month. It was so disinteresting by that point that I'm just like,
it sounded boring. I didn't even look at it.
If you need a kind of break to go watch people basically kind of be real people instead of just extra absurd, then yes, it's actually not terrible. Would it be a passable like YouTube series instead of an Amazon series? Maybe. Or is it on Amazon or HBO? I forget. Either way. So not bad. It is not a bad show by any stretch of the imagination. Is it possibly a little too gay? Maybe. But I think that's part of it is also the fact that they're in a small town in Oklahoma and like they have a decent gay population who can't figure out exactly what to do because they can't treat everywhere like LA. You got to recognize the fact they're in fucking small town Oklahoma. But the realism of like dealing with the mom with mental illness and a severe decline, stuff like that. Maybe it also got too real for me. Maybe that's also part of it. But like, I hate that it dropped down the list. It was like in one of my better lists before.
Right.
I think it was just so disinteresting that I didn't even realize 2 seasons had passed, and didn't pick it back up. And by the time I did, it just wasn't worth me continuing.
So you actually put so much thought into this list. You've even ordered your lists.
Yes.
From nothing. I'm just, I was shotgunning everything.
Well, I'm used to doing these things. You're not.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. So another one that I'd forgotten about, technically a TV show. I forgot I watched it. I had to dig through my watch history on Netflix to remember I watched this because that's how fucking forgettable it was. Mind you, this is my number 4. Joe Coy is special, live from Brooklyn.
Yep, didn't see it.
Joe Coy
Joe Coy was great in his first 2 specials.
Yeah.
He's getting weird.
And I was so fucking bored.
Like when he was talking about his family and everything so much, that was very entertaining.
And he still does, but it's like it didn't feel the same. And Jordan had a chance to go see Joe Coy when he was in Houston, but he ended up going to see Stryper instead. And I feel like if he was doing similar material, he probably would have regretted it, honestly. Like, he's still funny, but I like his old stuff better, I think. I think for some reason he doesn't appeal to me anymore, but maybe that's just my sense of humor has changed after being exposed to Kill Tony for a year.
Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
All right, so my number 3 is a show that I kind of enjoyed, but then I realized when the new season came out, I didn't even know it was coming. I've immediately dumped it after 2 episodes. What We Do in the Shadows.
I've only made it through 2 episodes of that. It's once again the Schadenfreude. It's hard to get.
It's super fucking. It's
cringy.
It's The Office. If you haven't watched it, it is literally a mockumentary about this vampire family.
Yeah, it's
in
Undead
Chicago.
Office.
Yeah, it's Undead Office. There are some appealing storylines early on, and the first season to me, once you get past some of the initial slowdown, it does get funny, and then it reaches into levels of absurdity because they are vampires who don't know how to live in modern day, and they have a human trying to live with them. But this new season, I felt like the final season before actually was an okay way to end the show. And then they came back with another season, and I fucking hated everything about those first 2 episodes. And I just said, "Fuck it, I'm done." It's too hard to fucking come back from, All right, so my number 2, you probably will agree. You probably didn't even think about it. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
Up until the last fight, that was really good.
I say that the last fight kind of ruined the whole event.
The 2 before that, fantastic.
At least
even the first one with the Indian dude, that was great fights.
Well, there were 3 fights before that, and you forgot. There was the girls and then the 2 dudes.
Yeah,
and so half of that entire event was good. If that had been a true pay-per-view, people would have demanded their money back.
Yeah,
and the more and more that seems to come out after the fact about the details of the fight is that shit was 100% rigged, because the only reason Tyson got the 20 million was if he went all 8 rounds. That was the fucking fine print. The only way Tyson got paid for that fight is if it went all 8 rounds, meaning he could not knock Jake out in fucking 30 seconds like the whole world would have loved to have seen. That's fucking absurd. You can't have clauses like that. We all wanted to see something, and then if we had known that detail from the beginning, nobody would have watched it. It was never going to be a good fight.
Yeah.
And then I already spoiled this last week when I said that my top, worst, most hated show in existence, since it's still on the air and apparently not ending like I was hoping, is Grey's Anatomy. I don't have to watch 1 minute of this fucking show to know that it is still the worst thing on TV.
You actually watched a show this year that was finished 15 years ago?
What?
Grey's Anatomy?
It's still going.
What the fuck?
That's what I said.
That's how irrelevant it is to us.
But Jessica still loves it. She didn't watch this current season, but last year's list, Grey's Anatomy was number 1. Number 2 was a show copying Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
And I fucking hated that show after the first season was over because they just decided to go more Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that last year. And I won't even talk about the name of that show because it fucking sucked. And I'm glad that one ended. Grey's Anatomy has not been canceled and is not ending. They got renewed for the season of this year, and apparently no reason to stop, I guess. No, that show should have ended when Derek died, and that would have been the end of it. That was over 10 years ago. 10 years ago was basically the end of the fucking first arc. If you want to even look at it that way. And It's that fucking bad, and I will never argue that it's not bad. All right, let's switch over to best TV shows. You have more in your best.
I think I might.
Okay, so I'll do...
Let's see. Now, let me preface this by saying
You done fucked it up.
No.
Oh, sorry.
I've been under a rock for so long by not having internet at the farm for the past, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
We finally got solid internet a year ago.
Yeah.
And so I haven't been watching a lot.
Yeah.
So...
But you also started watching a lot at work.
I did start watching a lot at work. So
All right,
there's a lot of... you said TV shows?
Yes, this will be best TV shows. And let me ask you, do you have 10 here or no?
No.
Okay.
Do
you have more than 3?
A lot of mine aren't stuff I've watched this year. Some of it's of all time, and you'll agree some of them.
Maybe.
My top one is Sherlock, BBC.
Okay. Well, I can't add that. I did rewatch it this year.
No, I watched this past year. I watched all 8 seasons of House. I really enjoyed the hell out of that.
So did you rewatch it or did you
I've watched it for the first time.
this year?
Yeah.
Cool.
And then,
Do you agree about the weird color grading of season 1?
yeah, it is.
It looks strange. It's
It
orange,
does.
orange and blue.
It does. I watched all 21 episodes of NCIS. I'm even current on the new ones.
Yeah, that's insane that you managed that in a year.
I was busy.
Under a year, I should say.
I was at work nonstop.
Yeah.
So yeah,
21 seasons.
I watched the
everybody.
Game of Thrones series for the first time this year,
And House of the Dragons.
and House of the Dragons.
Okay, so let me. Okay, so between those two, which one?
Game of Thrones,
as they
hands
said.
down, as they stand. Game of
Despite
Thrones was
the
the
bad
better
ending,
story.
despite the bad last 3 seasons.
Despite of them going away from the books like a motherfucker, yeah. Still,
Well-
as a visual, as an entertainment source, it was good.
Yeah, and now we know that George R.R. Martin is literally never going to finish the books.
I watched the latest season of Futurama on Amazon,
Okay,
and that was really good. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I heard that the comeback season.
It was the same stupid shit they had for 11
yeah,
seasons.
that's what it said is like, but it also is completely unnecessary because it ended on a good note,
I finished all of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is one of my absolute
which I've never
favorite go-to feel-good funny ass shows. They did such a good job. They've been talking about a reboot, and everybody on the cast says no, not without Andre Bogner, the guy who played their captain.
the captain. Yeah,
That he
died,
died
yeah.
earlier this year.
Yeah.
So they're not doing it without.
I liked him in general. Like I've never watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I've only seen clips.
Please do. Andre Bogner and
know if I
Andy Adam Sandberg.
I
or
don't.
Andy Samberg
Andy
are
Samberg.
so funny together.
I don't know if I could get through it.
Jolo Trujillo's great in it.
Who?
The guy who plays Sandberg's partner,
Okay.
Jolo Trujillo.
I love how you somehow know some people's names.
I do.
I'm also noticing a trend because what station was CBS or it was on CBS?
WB or CBS, something like that.
Yeah. And where did you watch it?
On
Paramount.
Paramount.
I don't have Paramount.
There you go.
I don't have CBS.
Let's see, new stuff.
Yeah.
I've been plowing through more Supernatural,
Yeah, you said you were going to try to pick that up.
and then I've been plowing through all of Law and Order SVU when I get bored with
Jesus,
everything
that's like
else.
28 seasons.
Well, the first one started out when we were in high school in '99.
Yeah,
When I was in
It's
freshman in high school. in
25
'99.
fucking seasons.
And The Office. I started getting into The Office,
Which one?
the American.
Okay.
And I'm in season 5.
Yeah.
And it's getting weirder and goofier. And sometimes
They rein it back.
they do, but what I'm enjoying more are the blooper reels.
Yes.
Some of the prank reels. A lot of the compilations where they compile.
So season 5 is after Jim moved to New York.
Yes.
And then had the offices merged yet?
No.
Okay.
Not
So
merged.
Minor spoiler.
That's about all I got.
Oh, so you're in the introduction of like Andy and all those other.
I
side
know Andy and
characters.
all them. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, but they're not in. Are they in Scranton?
they're still in Scranton.
No, I'm saying are they? Because originally he met them in Pennsylvania or New York.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
And
their
I
office
don't-
got closed.
And I believe that they're Jim and Pam are married.
Okay, so season 5 would be when they got
Yeah.
married. So yeah, which still one of the best episodes of TV in my opinion,
That was good.
because their whole wedding was going fucking wrong, and so they ran away, went on a fucking cruise of Niagara Falls, got married on the boat, and then came back while everyone else was fighting at their wedding. So they got married without everyone.
Well, and my
was great.
current obsession right now
Okay.
is making me laugh nonstop. It came out so long ago. I'm pissed I didn't find it until a month ago.
Okay.
Scrubs.
Oh yeah.
Holy cow, that's a funny fucking show.
It is.
People fall down a lot in that show. That's one of the
Yeah.
running gags. People fall down for no reason all over the place.
Elliot, I believe, falls down quite a lot.
Quite a bit. So does JD.
JD does too, because he's always walking.
One of the
He also
best
walks into shit.
Yep.
Oh, that's the janitor's fault.
It is.
Yeah.
And the Dr. Cox is starting to become one of my favorite characters.
Oh, he is one of the best characters.
I think I relate with him so much.
I'm trying to remember which season the Emmy award-winning episode
I'm on
was
4
in.
right now. They finished up their residency and
So-
now they're doctors.
Yes, so they're actually doctors.
That happened
so,
on the current episode I'm at now.
So let me ask you
And
this:
they're co-head residents.
has Dr. Cox's brother-in-law come in yet?
You mean Brendan Fraser?
Yes.
Yeah. And he's already dead.
Okay, I didn't want to spoil it because I didn't know what season it was in. That episode is fucking phenomenal.
It is.
That episode is.
Brendan
fucking,
Fraser did so good in that one.
Yeah.
And it almost humanized
He
Cox.
was only in that show for like an episode and a quarter.
Yeah.
Because he was sort of in an episode when he first got introduced, and then that whole episode was so fucking good. Like I think it literally got them an Emmy.
Where am I now?
I don't know.
No, I'm
In a chair.
trying to think where I'm at in the show. I was watching it before I came here. They just took off in the new Mini Cooper that
Oh, Turk just got the Mini
Kirk
Cooper
just got the
convertible.
Mini Cooper.
Convertible.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
With Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Yes.
How the hell did they get them to show up twice?
they do a lot of weird shit.
They
in
do,
this.
and they've had some great cameos in that.
I will say, like, the chemistry of that cast is fucking amazing.
It is.
And like, Scrubs is the antithesis to ER because ER was super serious, but they do the same thing.
It reminds
medical drama wise,
similar to Brooklyn Nine-Nine in the way everything's set up, the chemistry.
Well, of course,
and
they
the joke.
They basically their jokes per minute.
I think you'd enjoy it.
I watched all of Scrubs.
And no, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, well, yeah, but I've probably
the one you not seen, dummy.
like it probably like when it start. If I watched it when it started, probably. I don't know if I could get into it now. I know because a lot of people tell me It's Always Sunny is fucking fantastic, and I watched 3 seasons of it and didn't laugh once.
Me either. But on the other hand,
could not stand that.
Parks and Recreation, one of my absolute favorite fucking series.
I never watched it.
Dude,
I've only seen clips.
They are so good.
I've only seen clips.
My wife says that Nick Offerman's character is my spirit animal.
I know. I know you love Ron Swanson.
He is.
And I've seen all the clips of Ron. I understand why people worship him, though the way Nick Offerman has gone in recent years seems very strange because he seemed very, very conservative.
The last thing I saw him on was his stand-up special and his book called Paddle Your Own Canoe.
And that's been a minute.
Yeah.
But like considering like all the weird, crazy, manly stuff he does in his own life, like it's weird that he's gone kind of lefty.
Yeah.
Or at least seemingly has gone lefty. Are you done with that? Scrubs?
Yes.
Is your top? Okay.
That's all I got for
Scrubs is good though.
That's all I got from television.
So at least television there, that is at least a lot of it didn't have
and
to
for some reason I threw in Firefly just because I watched it again.
I did watch it again too.
I
didn't watch
that's like a yearly.
Well, I watched it. I watched select episodes.
The final episode where
the actual final episode or the final one that was on TV?
The one where she is where River Tam is outside in the spacesuit.
Objects in Space.
Holy crap, that was good.
I actually don't like that episode.
Really?
I don't. I'm not a fan. It's like that was their finale.
Not the bounty hunter, whatever he was.
Yeah, he was a bounty hunter.
The black dude in the red suit?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. It was a weird name. But like I like the idea of it, but like overall, like it's weird and heady.
That's
her pretending to be the ship was hilarious.
River Tam is who my dog's named after.
Yeah, I figured that. I mean, I would have named her after River Song, but that's
Yeah.
mostly me. I like River Song a little bit more than River Tam, but fortunately, River Song got more screen time.
Yep.
And is hotter. Either way, all right. So my list.
Go ahead.
Okay, so
set aside 30 minutes. Let's go.
Pretty much. So my honorable mention is actually the continuation of my honorable mention from last year. So it's Invincible Season 2, Part 2.
Oh, I got honorable mentions.
Oh, for that?
For TVs.
Oh, okay.
Squid Game. Watch that for the first time.
Okay. Season 2 is about to
And
start.
Criminal Minds.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the hell out of them. And, House of Dragons was honorable mention for me.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
And
actually,
then,
they could have just been on the list at that point.
And I got movie honorable mentions. We'll get to that.
We'll get there eventually. After I get through my 85 minutes of reading this list. So, Invincible Season 2, because they split the fucking season.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
It ended. It's an animated comic book show.
Of course. So, never seen it.
No, Invincible Season 2 got split in half. Like, they took a break for like 5 fucking months because the season wasn't completed. Second half of the season was really good. But because it's a fucking split season, I'm not going to give it full credit.
Yeah.
It's kind of bullshit. Started at the end of 2023, finished at the beginning of 2024.
Well, wasn't there like a writer's strike or something going on?
Not at that point.
Okay.
Well, I guess maybe. But it also took so goddamn long to get to Season 2. It took like 3 years to get Season 2 at all. All right. So,
never mind. I don't have honorable mentions anymore. I moved those up to my movie list to get rid of the old shit that I really just love.
There you go. That's fine. All right. So this one should be an honorable mention because it's just started and only 3 episodes in. But Creature Commandos is actually really fucking good.
Is that the one you were telling me about?
Yes.
Okay.
The newest. It is the newest thing, literally the first thing in the new DC universe.
All right.
So it is continuing from where
that's just an animated series.
And
correct?
it's an animated series. It's acted really well. It's fucking gloriously violent, like the fucking James Gunn verse should be. And being the first entry into this universe while trying to continue where Peacemaker left off, but still living within that continuity, fucking cool. I enjoy it, even though it's only just started. But that's why it's at the bottom of the list. I had a lot of good TV shows. That's why I had a real hard time paring down this fucking list. I probably would have had 3 honorable mentions. All right, so technically, is this my number 9? Yeah. The way my list is, it's not. It's in order, but it's weird the way the numbers are. So number 9 is Star Trek Prodigy. Since it got put all on fucking Netflix this year, I got to watch it because it was Paramount only. Animated CG show. The first season, the beginning of it at least, is pretty kid oriented because it is a show about a bunch of fucking youngsters who find a starship and then jet off into fucking space, and then you know, our favorite word, they have a MacGuffin and they don't know what it is. So they're getting chased by everybody who wants said MacGuffin. Even the good guys who are chasing them because they don't understand how the fuck somebody has this ship that supposedly disappeared.
Okay.
But it's actually a really good fucking show, to the point that there is a fan petition to save the show from being canceled.
All right.
So I like it. I thought it was actually really good. Yes, like I said, the beginning of it seems kind of kiddie, but then it gets pretty fucking hefty pretty quick. But also they do the Star Trek thing of not necessarily killing people in horrible, violent ways. But
unless they're a guest or in a red suit.
They don't even do red shirts that much.
Really?
Well, and it's also because it's animated, they didn't overly destroy people. But they also keep in continuity with some shit that happened in other modern Trek series, and there's a lot of references to shit that happened before. It is kind of a successor to Voyager, which was my second favorite series from Star Trek. In fact, Janeway is like a main character in the show. But it was really good. I was happy they put it on Netflix because I wanted to fucking watch it. Mm-hmm. Now, if I could start watching Lower Decks, I would, because I've heard Lower Decks is fucking amazing. And unfortunately, they are just wrapping up their final season. And it's another animated show. Okay, sorry. Just got notifications. After that, a show that I picked up this year, kind of on your recommendation, but also just because Top Gear was super relevant this year, Clarkson's Farm.
Yeah, it was fun.
Plowing through 3 fucking seasons in a week and a half.
I heard there's a ton of drama coming up with his helper splitting off and the new season of Clarkson Farm.
So Caleb has his own show currently, but he's still farming.
I haven't watched it. Is it any good?
I didn't start it. I just saw it. But also considering what's going on right now in the UK around it and how around the farming thing and how Jeremy has now become a central figure fighting for the rights of farmers, literally in front of fucking.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's amazing.
Their parliament.
Yeah. So they did a whole strike where they literally did a protest. All the farmers brought their fucking tractors downtown and literally parked them in front of the building.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, I mean, it's extremely
How the hell is Jeremy
relevant.
Clarkson becoming a warrior for the working man?
I mean, he always kind of was.
He is, but still, it just kind of fell into place just almost serendipitously by
really
accident.
Did. Because if he didn't buy a farm and try to make it a real farm, he wouldn't fucking care that much.
Yeah. But now he does. He was in there. He's in the struggle, and he sees what everybody's going. Yeah. I'm sure him and his neighbors are always talking, working together on
the
stuff.
ones that like him, anyways.
Yeah.
Not the council.
No, they're not his neighbors. They're the council.
Fuck the council.
Yeah.
Dude, seriously, this show turned an entire planet against a fucking council of like 12 people. This fucking tiny little council for this little county in fucking the UK. The entire goddamn world hates them.
And they went so stupid on so many things for no reason at all, just to be obstinate.
Yeah. Oh, here's something that was glaringly missing from your list of good TV shows. The Boys.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And
that wasn't even on my radar.
I'm including The Boys and Gen V in the same thing, because Gen V season 2 was actually, was it season 2? No, Boys season 4 included Gen V characters.
Now, are they coming back?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So they're working. The Boys is coming out season 5, and then I think Gen V season 2 is coming.
Fucking cunts.
Yes. So that was in there. That's my number 8 because it's really my top TV shows are hard to fight which one's which.
It is, but man, the whole Soldier Boy interactions are great.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'd love to see a Soldier Boy standalone.
They would have to. Well, it wouldn't be a standalone. It would be going back to his original team back in the fucking 60s.
That would be great.
So it would be cool. But I mean, like, the problem is you already know he's a shitbag. If you don't have the illusion that he was ever a
then
real
just
hero.
own it shitbag from the start.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. So right above that is another series continuation. Newest season dropped a few months ago, and I loved it just as much. And they technically ended that chunk of storyline, so I'm not sure where they're going to go. But Vox Machina season 3, I know you couldn't get into it.
I've tried, but I have a hard time with the animated. I really do.
But I loved, like, the first episode had me hooked with, like, the humor and everything else.
I did appreciate some of the humor.
Yeah, and it sticks around throughout the whole thing. The animation also in this season 3, they clearly got a little bit more of that Amazon
I mean,
money.
it reminds me of Teen Titans, but raunchy.
Very.
That's kind of what it reminds me of.
It's like the Justice League, but super raunchy.
Yeah.
But like the fact that they get like super glorious sex scenes in season 3 is hilarious. Well, it's something that, like, it's one of those things like the will they won't they finally fucking gets dealt with. But there was a lot of emotional upheaval in season 3, and fans up until the final episode were not sure what was going to happen.
I
liked it.
I may call it back. See what happens.
I mean, everybody I know who's watched it, other than you, loved it.
Because I'm a cranky bastard.
You're a cranky bastard. So either way, Vox Machina season 3, of course, Vox Machina season 2 was on my list last year. So as long as it happens, it's probably going to stay on my list. Next one is a twofer because it's a connected universe and the shows overlap a bit, at least in the zeitgeist. Has Been Hotel and Hell of a Boss.
Okay.
So I watched both. Like the second season of Hell of a Boss was stretched out throughout this year because it is a YouTube series. So they have to fucking animate it, voice act it, and everything, and put it together. And Has Been Hotel got sold to Amazon. So that was a massive fucking thing earlier this year. The fact that it is not more in the zeitgeist is crazier than that. But the fact that they live in they're the same universe, they're both in the same hell, except they're just dealing with two separate parts of hell. One is following the daughter of Lucifer, trying to run a hotel that's trying to redeem souls from hell to get them to go to heaven.
All right.
And the other one is following demons who kill people for money.
Are those animated?
Yes.
Okay.
Gloriously animated. Dude, some of the budget, they clearly took some of their Amazon money and threw it at fucking season 2. The back half of season 2 of Hell of a Boss, there are some episodes, you go, why the fuck is this on YouTube? It's like, holy fuck.
And it's on YouTube?
Yeah, Hell of a Boss is, yes. And it is also horrendously raunchy. The humor is stupid. Like, and it's all sex jokes, and it's massively self-aware.
And Has Been Hotel is now on
It's on Amazon. It's an Amazon exclusive. And they cannot, there's tiny references back and forth, but they can't technically have the characters from Amazon on the other one.
Okay.
But I love both of those series. Another series that came out with the latest season this year, even though technically I watched the other seasons and movies last year, Demon Slayer. Holy fuck. The Swordsmith Village arc that rolled into the Hashira training arc, even though it was like a speed run through like the first few episodes of the training arc, the animation level through the roof. The final episode of that season, the way they seamlessly integrated CG, 3D CG, and hand-drawn stuff into the same scene to do some amazing fucking shit. It's like, that's what I fucking want from modern anime.
Yeah.
There's some other shit that I watch, and I'm just like, but this is so goddamn good. It sucks that there's only one arc left. Because it's so good, we just know it ends at the next arc. But it sucks. But it really, really good show. Still a really good show. I mean, it is quintessential shonen anime. Hero keeps growing stronger. He's impossibly strong for some reason.
Yeah.
You know, and the reason gets unfolded through time, but it just keeps getting better and better. Obviously, the manga ended years ago. People have just been waiting for it to be animated, and it got stuck there for a while. We weren't sure. But the first movie they did, the Mugen Train, was a great movie. Was fantastic. And it came out as a movie in theaters. The next movie they released was not a movie. It was just those episodes thrown together. But they played out as separate episodes in the movie theater. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. I could have not paid this money and just waited a month and a half to watch it at home. So the last time they did it, I'm like, I'm not fucking paying the money. It's not actually movie format. Yeah. Because they actually changed the animation level from the movie when they did the exact same thing for the series. They downgraded the animation a little bit. It is still a very, very, very well animated series, but I'm often impressed by the level of screaming voice actors can manage. Like, managing to scream out a fucking whole conversation at the top of their fucking lungs and still keep going and acting. But like, I feel like some American actors fall short. I cannot stand American dubs of anime anymore.
Well, English doesn't lend itself to that so well.
No. And like, I like Dragon Ball Z being the main comparison, because I grew up on American Dragon Ball Z.
Yep.
Like everybody did in the fucking 80s.
Half the episode is them just screaming and charging up.
Literally. And don't get me wrong, Sean Schimmel is fantastic. However, once I got exposed to the Japanese versions of Dragon Ball Super, I cannot stand the fucking American voice actors anymore. But also, the original, any version of Dragon Ball Z is now inferior to Dragon Ball Z abridged. That is my new canon.
Okay.
Because it's so goddamn good. It's just some YouTube fuckers who decided to make an abridged series. So they redub everything, condense it, change context, and everything else like that. But they took the first 3 arcs of DBZ and made it their own.
So what, the Cell and
well, that's like Cell is the 3rd arc.
3rd arc, and before that was the
you got
Frieza.
Saiyans, Frieza / Namek, and then Cell.
Yeah.
Androids and Cell.
And then the green dude with the tail.
That's Cell.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So the first chunk, the Saiyan arc, they're still figuring their shit out. The middle of
so Vegeta first.
Yes. So that's the Saiyan
Vegeta,
saga.
And then
Nappa.
Vegeta
and Nappa came to Earth, blah 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 blah. So it started out, there's only quote unquote 60 episodes, but whenever they get to their season enders, they don't add extra numbers, they just add extra episodes.
Yeah.
So it's like episode 30 part 2.
And who was the fat dude? Boo or something like that?
Yeah. So they didn't actually do a full season for Boo. They came back and did a collaboration with
I did watch
somebody.
the Frieza arc in high school, and it was
that
good.
was the big deal. That's when he went Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
That's when they had a 5-minute fight that lasted 15 episodes.
Oh, that's why I'll remember is yelling.
Yes, because he was yelling quite a lot. Either way, I mean, if you're remotely interested, Dragon Ball Z Abridged is funny. That's on YouTube, but I discovered that years ago. But it also, the biggest thing about that is from episode 59 to from episode 60 to episode 60 part 2 was a year.
Oh, wow.
Because that's when they got hit with all the copyright strikes. Basically, like, Toei nuked their fucking channel into the fucking ground.
Yeah.
And so they had to fight that forever in legal battles. And then they also just fucking cranked up the ability. They had an all new score, everything else, new shit animated. Eventually they got enough money, they actually paid animators to create new shit for them.
Cool.
So great show. Not on my list here because obviously, but I just brought it up because anime's gotten so good. Speaking of more anime, things are still ongoing, but the next 2 episodes drop after this. And it's the finale of the 3rd core of Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War. Holy fuck, it's getting better and better. The level of animation is stupid. The story is getting filled out better than the manga could do because it was rushed. And they're giving a shit with it's never been seen because it never even got discussed and had no time to actually do it. So you take a book that was written, and then they said, hey, by the way, you got to finish this story in 4 weeks, even though I know you wanted 10. So, okay, we'll just start chopping shit and make things not make sense. The man now has time to finish the story the way he fucking wanted to do it, and he's doing it in a glorious fucking manner. And I cannot wait. Like, the fact that they're doing a double release on the 28th annoys me. That means we don't have one this week for me to fucking watch, and I'm pissed.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I was like, I hate when they do that shit. But that's because the next shit they don't want to interrupt. They're just going to put them together.
All right.
So it's like kind of we don't want to pause for a week between these 2 fights. Because right now it's all the glorious end of story shit. So either way, fucking fantastic. Love what they're doing there. That's why it's my number 3. Speaking of 3, Shorzy Season 3 is my number 2.
I agree wholeheartedly. That was good.
Shorzy Season 3.
I need to watch it again.
Yeah, I've already watched it like 5
Well, I'll be
times.
done in half a night at work.
Yeah. I mean, I plow through Shorzy like several times when the season's over.
Oh, look, when it first dropped, Lucas and I went to the apartment. We plowed through it in an afternoon, and we were good to go.
So technically, Shorzy Part 1 has ended.
Okay.
As they put it. So technically it's like Shorzy is done, or Shorzy Part 2 will start later. So whatever that will be as a coach, and then everything else that's changing in his life, that he's no longer a hockey player.
Yeah, he's hanging out with the reporter and
they're together. Him and Laura Moore are together and all this other stuff. He's major. Dude, like, only discovering Shorzy last year and then fucking getting so mad that we had to wait so long for season 2, and then season 3 was not even 6 months later.
Right.
I was like, fuck yes. I was like, and so like got Shorzy mostly season 2 and the year before, and then season 3 being this year was fucking fantastic. A lot of people say it's the weakest season. I was like, I don't know about that.
There's growth.
I think if you want to, like, I think comedically it's the same level. It's just that the story grew, you know? Everybody had to mature.
Yeah.
You know, they matured as a team, they matured as characters. The weird part's going to be when they have to introduce new people.
That's going to be weird.
Yeah. I mean, hell, even Nat had a whole side story in season 3 with the American player that she hooked up with for a while. Yeah. And then finally, my number one should be no surprise to anybody because I think it's on the top of most people's list this year was the fucking Penguin.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, fucking fantastic. You just didn't watch it.
It's on my list.
Yeah, it was fucking fantastic.
It's on my list to watch.
Hell, I was talking about it last night at the church thing.
Of course you are. You always talk about it.
No, I wasn't the one who brought it up. Somebody else brought it up.
But you gleefully joined in.
Yes, but they brought it up to me. I did not have to bring it up to them. So that was the thing. It's like they started the conversation. I will talk about it. Yeah, there's nothing more. I mean, I've talked about almost every episode of the Penguin on this series. So if you want to just go back and listen to like the last 15 episodes, you'll hear me talking about the Penguin.
And you'll hear me sighing.
It was a good fucking show. Don't get me wrong. You didn't watch it.
Well, I'm sorry.
If you had, it would be on your list.
Maybe.
The Batman would probably be on your list.
If I would have bothered to do the lists.
You just have, yeah. All right, so let's move on to worst movies. Your list should be fairly short.
Yeah, if it's even existing. I don't think I have a worst at all.
And some of the, I had to really go through my fucking watch history and find some of the shit that
That's what I was doing. I was at, no worst.
So the funny thing is, like, even my worsts are not that bad, or my bottom end of the worst are not that bad, but the top end, pretty fucking bad. But I had to stretch. To get
Roll
10.
it through. Come on, let's hammer these out.
All right, so number 10, not a bad movie. I enjoyed it, but it's not a good movie either. And that was Lisa Frankenstein.
Mm-mm.
So saw it on Amazon, thought it would be cute, and it was a cute movie. By the end, it was fucking very disturbing. So I was like, okay.
Like how disturbing?
Well, she's murdering people, cutting off their body parts to give to her Frankenstein/zombie boyfriend so he can become a real boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That might be fun.
It starts out as a weird teenage drama and then turns into that. So it's actually not a bad movie. That's why it's at the bottom of my worst. It's just definitely not better than anything that's on my good. One right below this is one that I definitely complained about on this show. Not terrible, but annoyed the fuck out of me was Transformers 1.
That's all you, buddy.
Yeah. No, I already ranted about it. Bumblebee was goddamn annoying. I fucking hated that so much. A lot of the plot was kind of silly, and I don't like Thor being fucking Optimus Prime.
Okay.
But overall, actually not a bad movie. That's just my fucking laundry list of shit I didn't like about it. Right above that, at my number... Hold on. These numbers are wonky. Give me a second. What number is that technically? Yeah, that is my number 9. Oh, so that was that honorable mention then? No. Why are my numbers weird? Either way. Like I said, the way my list is a little bit wonky. Either way, next one is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire that we went and saw.
I enjoyed it.
I didn't not enjoy it, but I had a lot of problems with it.
Of course you do, because you're a nerd.
Yeah, because as you can tell, I like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, you like Ghostbusters.
I literally have like a $400 fucking Ghostbusters thing sitting on my countertop.
That
right
is
now.
my Dune to you in comparison.
No, because I'm not going off a hard canon that I'm comparing it to. I'm actually just comparing it to the shit that they have in their own story.
Okay.
Your problem is that they've done separate things and they've done separate versions of the same thing. Ghostbusters is one storyline with the exception of 2016, which doesn't count. Afterlife is a fantastic movie, but in my argument, just got rid of Ghostbusters 2 in the video game. Frozen Empire said, we're going to cram one small scene in here to make sure Ghostbusters 2 is still canon and then move on. And then the rest of it still doesn't make any sense.
It was still a fun movie.
It was fun, but also dumb because there was a whole lot of times in that movie where they just made really stupid fucking decisions that led to their own problems.
Yeah.
Every time. Like, hey, maybe we shouldn't fuck around with this ball. Maybe we shouldn't fuck with that. But also just the idea that this ice god trapped in this ball for millions of years can somehow use his will and his abilities while still being trapped in the ball. It's like, seems like he could have just got what he wanted without even escaping. Yeah. And also the gay ghost girl situation that was never explained and whatever. It's like, okay, is this a thing? Is this not a thing? What are we doing here? Either way, I had issues with it, but it's not terrible. Could it have been better? Yes. Did it have some cool shit in it? Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Would I buy some of the stuff from it if it was available? Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to spend another fucking $500 to buy a fucking upgraded proton pack. That's for sure. Next thing on the list. Unfortunately, sorry, Jordan. It's the Elvis movie.
Didn't see it.
It's fucking weird.
No shit.
The beginning of that movie is so fucking weird that it was hard to watch. The back half, where it's just one continuous kind of timeline, no oddball fucking other shit going on. Because the beginning of it seems like a kind of a fever dream situation. And then it starts getting into like the last year or two of his life. And then, okay, now it slows down to be slightly more documentary. I also fucking hate Tom Hanks in that fucking movie. Like, they could have got someone better to play the Colonel, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're supposed to hate him, obviously, but it's just like I don't like Tom Hanks. And I'm starting to not like Tom Hanks, which is weird.
I like old Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I think he's gone very weird.
He's gone lefty like everybody else out there.
Well, yeah.
They've all gone insane. They're sacrificing babies or something trying to stay young.
Well, that's what you got the adrenochrome. You got to get the baby's blood and all that shit. Or actually, what they do is
how do you think, like Madonna, 2023, she looked god awful, and a year later she looks way better.
She had anti-surgery.
Yeah.
Actually, those particular pictures of Madonna were kind of unfair because I saw other ones that were around the same time. She did not look that bad. Didn't look great, but didn't look that bad.
No, she's been eating baby souls and shit like that.
Well, they also in other weird elite circles they have blood boys.
Of course.
They have like young, like very fit guys, and they will do blood transplants with them to keep going, even though they're like 88.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fucking odd that we do this.
Yes.
All right, so next one on the list, a movie I watched to do a review with Dante, and we're going to be doing that review in March next year. We watched it March this year. We're going to do the review March next year. But
that was a movie. I don't remember.
We're going to rewatch it. The Pope's Exorcist.
Okay.
It's on Netflix. Fucking pretty good fucking movie if you like anything in those lines. It is not part of the Exorcist universe. It's starting its own universe. Although it does follow the rules of the original Exorcist when it comes to demons and excising them. Whereas the new, I should have put that on my worst list. The actual Exorcist Believer movie was not that good. We watched that this year too. I forgot that should have been on my worst list. So there we go. I'm updating my list. Pope's Exorcist, pretty good. And then Russell Crowe being the main character, playing a Spanish Catholic priest who is like literally ordained by the Pope to be his main exorcist.
Okay.
It's pretty fucking cool. It's actually pretty cool, and it started a new cinematic universe.
Are you not exorcised?
That was kind of the problem.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one on the worst list. Oh, by the way, the Pope's Exorcist, good movie. It just, I liked it. Not good.
He Russell Crowe too much?
Actually, a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, and some of the CG was weird that I didn't like, but also the ending, not the action, the what's the word I'm looking for? Climax. The climax actually kind of sucked about it. The final battle, as it were, was fucking bad. But it's on the bad list, but it's right in the middle of the bad list. Because it's a fun movie, it's not a good movie. How about that? Does that make sense?
Not to break subject, when this stuff warms up, it's almost like a candy bar.
Yeah, I know.
It's fantastic.
I know. It reminds me of Black Venom.
Yeah.
Well, third time's a charm here with the audio. Apparently, guys, I did screw up when I was doing the list because I glossed over a whole movie here before I moved on to the next one. It's actually Minions 2, Rise of Gru. Totally skipped over it. So that was my bad. Didn't even realize it until now when I was sitting here in the edit and went, oh, hey, there's an entire movie missing from the list. So, yeah, basically completely unnecessary in the timeline of the movies, but I guess they just got to milk that Minions banana dry. So, yeah. So this is actually here in between the different movies. But I just missed it, so that's my bad. All right, so more recent on the list here, something I talked about on this show. It almost had me. I was almost converted there until I watched something else. Behind the Curve, the story of the flat Earth.
Idiot.
Look, it's number 4 on my bad list. Okay.
Yeah.
Cut me some slack.
You should have known better than that.
But I wanted to believe.
No, you don't.
I might have. It's pretty compelling.
You turned into a wackadoodle. I'm going to make fun of you relentlessly.
As if I'm not one already.
Oh, right now you're just a dork.
Okay, so my top 3 worst movies are all connected, but that's how bad they were. I had to rank how bad they were.
If you dare say Venoms.
I didn't watch the Venoms. All right, so Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 3 is my number 3. It was definitely the best of the 3, but it doesn't mean it was good. For something that has a really, really, really solid and like amazing comic book run, all I'd have to do is animate that. They somehow fucked it up. But the voice acting and the pacing and just overall a lot of the animation, fucking stupid and repetitive and boring. But that's just number 3. Number 2 is Part 1. So Part 1 is okay.
Part 1 is worse than Part 2.
Part 1 is actually really slow. Very slow in establishing the story, and then by the time you really get rolling, you kind of don't necessarily care. But also Part 1 ends one particular character's arc.
Okay.
So it feels like a complete thing, even though it's actually the first step of a series. Hey, how about you smash your phone on the desk? Yeah. So Part 2 is definitely my worst movie of the year because fuck me, that was bad. It was supposed to have like some really big, meaningful stuff in it, but it was really goddamn confusing. The first half, you had no idea what was going on because it didn't have anything to do with where you left off. And then in the middle of it, you're like, oh, we're spending a whole lot of time on this thing. What the fuck is going? Okay, here we go. And then when it ends, you're like, fuck me. So yeah, that whole entire trio of what should have been amazing movies, because it is one of the best stories in the DC universe, literally resetting the DC fucking universe in the comics.
Yeah.
They didn't fucking do it worth a shit. It fucking pissed me off to no end. But I watched all 3 of them.
Okay. So
Also, the release of them was...
So what was your biggest
slow.
disappointment of the year?
That was the biggest
Okay.
disappointment. Yeah. That was my worst movie of the year.
All right.
Because we watched so many... I mean, half of my worst list is movies I liked. They just weren't good enough to be on the good list.
Right. You ready to move on to movies?
I don't know. Do you have a decent list of good movies?
I have what I watched. See here, I've been watching so many series lately just because I'm trying to eat up time at work.
Yeah.
That I rarely branch out to a movie. It's maybe once, maybe twice every couple months I grab a movie.
We went to at least 2.
We did.
Possibly 3.
The Dune.
We did see 3.
Dunes 1 and 2 are great. I enjoyed them.
Okay.
After we convinced ourselves to appreciate them for what they were and not what I wanted them to be.
What's this we shit? That was all on you.
Well,
You were the one who needed to be convinced. not me.
visually, it was fantastic. Good story, good acting.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them.
So which one out of the 2, which one is your favorite?
The first one.
Okay.
Hands down.
I know why you hate 2 so much.
Yes. What the hell?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, I also went and watched on my own the Venom 3.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. It was good. It wrapped everything up, set it up for either a spinoff or another one coming up.
No, it's over.
Well, it set it up for more.
But Venom as it is done.
Yeah, but there are other people with now symbiotes and
Yes, but even the expanded Spider-Man universe
Yeah.
over there is done.
okay.
It's over.
Let's see here.
Although there was a piece of Venom in the Marvel universe.
I grabbed a movie off of Netflix, saw a brief clip of it and grabbed it. It was Day Shift with Jamie Foxx.
Oh, I've heard of it. I didn't watch it.
Vampire Hunter.
It's got Snoop Dogg in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As a cowboy.
Yeah.
And it was great. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I heard it was actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because it's about a strip club of vampires.
And then
isn't it?
earlier in the year, I watched a movie called Renfro.
I know the name.
That's the one where Nicolas Cage plays Dracula. And his helpers, the main star.
It's not. No, it's not Renfro.
Yeah, it's Renfro.
No. It's something like that.
Anyway.
It's not Renfro, but you're close. It's Dracula's fucking assistant.
It's not Renfro.
It's Ren something. Give me a second. I'll Google. You talk about.
But
like,
anyway, it was good. Good storyline behind it. Him being scared. Renfield. Branching out on his own, trying to get away from Dracula, and just getting sucked back in every single time.
Pun intended.
Yeah. It was just entertaining.
Because he goes to a support group for oppressive bosses.
Yeah. Yes.
I haven't seen it. I just saw the teasers. I just never got around to watching
It's
it.
a little cerebral, but it's fun.
I just never got around to watching it.
What else did I watch? I've recently discovered the Knives Out series.
Yes, you said you watched Glass Onions.
I watched the first one after your recommendation.
Yeah.
Knives Out with the big mansion and everything.
That's so fucking
Dude,
good.
I
That's
forgot
such a good movie.
I forgot how much I enjoy the whodunit mysteries.
Yeah, and that's the best one of modern day.
Well, the Glass Onion was great because of the ending. Just everything that particular douchebag cherished, getting stripped away, destroyed, his baby blue car crashing down right in front of him. It was fan-fucking-tastic.
So I didn't like Glass Onion nearly as much as the first one because Blanc actually kind of didn't matter.
Benoit Blanc, I thought his acting in the second one was great.
But
he was more flamboyant.
Yes. Also, this was a mid-COVID movie,
and
so
they
I think
really
it
did a
suffered.
good job, kind of explaining what was going on. But the whole puzzle box thing was neat.
The puzzle box thing at the beginning was fun.
I've got some games I play that are very similar, puzzle boxes and shit.
I agree with that, but it's like I think as the story went, I think that the reveals were better in the first one.
I don't know, the twist when you figured out it was the dead woman's sister.
I figured that part out early.
Yeah, but it was great.
I feel like the
all right, how pissed everyone got immediately when Benoit Blanc went, okay, she did it. Here's how.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I think that's the only reason I didn't like it is that they unfolded so much of it right there. There wasn't a time of, I think this guy did it in the same way.
True. The first one, it took a while.
They unfolded it very slowly.
But we knew why the dude died.
Yes.
But we didn't know that she didn't fuck up.
Yeah.
Until the very end. That was a hell of a twist.
That's why
great.
It was better. That's why I like the first one better. I like the characters in the first one better. I think that
the fact that she couldn't lie without throwing up.
That was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The reveal
right
when she pukes right in Chris Evans' face. But also the idea when they realized one chick that died, or actually she didn't die initially, they told him that she died and she lied.
Yeah, it was
it was Flo or whatever.
No,
Fran.
Fran,
she said
the housekeeper.
She said Hugh did it, but they thought it said you did it. I was like, fucking great.
Because the first time I heard you did it.
Yeah, you were supposed to hear.
Yeah,
yeah. So I actually now want to go rewatch the first one.
It was good. A lot of fun.
But here's the thing.
I really like that. I really like the Benoit Blanc character.
I do, and I hope they keep doing it.
He reminds me of a. Did you ever? You never read, but there's a series of whodunit novels called The Stone Barrington. He's the main character.
You've mentioned it. I just don't.
And it's great.
Yeah.
Very similar. You'd probably really enjoy it.
Is there a movie?
Fuck no.
It'd be cool if there was.
Douche canoe.
No, the thing is, there are Knives Out books.
Really?
Yeah. Where do you think it's coming from?
Then I need to find me some Knives Out on the Audible.
Yeah. So
after I tell you the rest of my list.
But I actually really enjoy.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Just those two. Okay.
No, I mentioned Venom and a few
your
others.
list. That's it. Yeah.
And for some reason, I watched all 7 Tremors movies in a row, and then the series.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
I enjoyed them.
Yeah. Well, you left Ghostbusters off the list because you forgot about it.
I didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah, but it would have been on the list.
Would have been on a list.
Yeah. It's like the problem is your list wasn't full, so it could have been on the list. What else?
Dude, I half-assed this shit.
Do you know what else is not on your list?
What?
You'll have to wait and find out because it's my number 1.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
You completely forgot about it.
Go on.
Okay.
I'll try and pay attention.
Yep. So my number 10 is what I just watched last week. Watchmen Chapter 1.
That's on my list to watch.
Yes. So I enjoyed that.
The Watchmen series, Watchmen Chapter 1, and the other stuff you told me about, that's on my list of stuff to watch.
So because I did not watch the Watchmen series, but I've heard it was good, even though it's kind of unrelated to the original story. I love the original Watchmen movie. This is actually just animating the comic. I was on board. It actually was pretty solid, and I was wondering where they were going to end it. It's a little odd if you're used to traditional animation, watching cel shaded, but I'm used to it, so it's not that big a deal. You might struggle with the animation, but the story's good. All right, so my number 9, I actually moved from the bad list over because I feel like I was really being harsh on it, and that's Oppenheimer.
Okay.
It is insanely long. The beginning of it is wonky, but it is a gorgeous movie. But it had no need to be like 3.5 hours fucking long.
All right.
Not bad. It does cover Oppenheimer's life skips over some of the big important things like what he did with other people's wives and shit. We see the fallout, but we don't understand why, and they never really talk about it. The fact that he did fucking like impregnate someone else's wife while they were still married. Oppenheimer was kind of a shitbag.
Okay.
But when it's all about the science and the cool blowing up of nuclear bombs, cool fucking movie. Dealing with some of his personal shit, weird. Dealing the entire story about why they're investigating him and why this other asshole, Robert Downey Jr. You watch that movie, you will hate Robert Downey Jr. forever.
I don't plan on watching it, so.
It's actually not a bad movie. It's just not. That's why it's on the bottom of my good list. Was it one of the biggest things of 2023? Sure. All right. Another recent movie, number 8, Inside Out 2.
Yeah, we covered that.
Covered that last week
extensively.
Hey, look, we got decent views on that episode. So
I was begging people to help.
Love that episode. So it was actually pretty good. The first one's better. Second one's unnecessary, but not a bad movie. Dude, I had to scramble to remember what fucking movies I watched this year. In fact, the next one up, I didn't even have on the list, and I should have because I just watched it a couple weeks ago. Alien Romulus.
Fuck, I never mentioned.
How are the Alien movies not on your fucking list?
Because I liked all 3 of them. Because I half-assed the homework.
So yeah, there you go. Alien Romulus.
Next time, check my homework.
I won't be asleep.
We can sit down at the.
Look, you have a year to get it right,
brother. We can sit down at the brewery. We can go over shit together and do some.
But we don't want to go over it together. The whole point is you just need to know.
But you can still make sure I'm not fucking up.
Well, yeah, you should have asked if you were doing it right.
You really expect me to do that?
So do you want to add Alien Romulus to your good list?
All of them. Prometheus, Romulus, all that.
Oh yeah, because
remember I watched
the 3 you hadn't seen.
I watched them all in one night.
Yeah, so okay, there you go. There's
I had an
3
11-hour
movies.
shift, and I just ate up time.
There you go. There's 3 new movies to your best list.
Yay me!
Good job. I told you your list will fill out by me watching shit. Because there's a bunch of shit on this list we both watched. So okay, so Alien Romulus number 8. Talked about it already, or number 7 actually. Next one up, and I know you don't care and you're never going to watch it, but I enjoyed the Barbie movie.
You're 100% correct.
I enjoyed it more than Oppenheimer.
I'm glad you did. Next!
Yep. Guys, I already talked about the Barbie movie being good. Hold on, wait. There, now I can talk without being interrupted.
Never!
It's amazing that was still coming across even though you're muted. I'm glad you were muted. That would have fucking peaked everything. Barbie movie is way better than Jeff will ever give it credit for. Either way. I thought it was going to be fucking horrible, and I ended up enjoying it. I went in wanting to hate it. I did. And I hated the things I was supposed to hate, and I fucking felt sympathy for the things I was supposed to feel sympathy for. And in the end, I still agree. It was supposed to be a feminist wet dream that went wrong, and that's exactly what it was.
You're a good little consumer.
No. No. Here's the thing. You thought it was... Look, it was supposed to be just a feminist wet dream, anti-man, everything. And it was. And then it showed you how that thought process goes wrong.
Yeah.
Because the fucking... The Renaissance that happens in that fucking movie is exactly what would fucking happen. The incel rebellion is fucking insane. They show... Like, this is what happens when women ignore men and treat them as second-class citizens. Exactly what you think fucking happens. And that's exactly right. It's like, that's why it's like, I wish I had seen it when it came out because then I could have been on board. Like Oppenheimer, I kind of don't care that I saw it. I care that I saw the Barbie movie because it was well, and it was extremely well acted for a silly fucking movie. I still hate Will Ferrell though.
Dork.
I have reached a point in my life that Will Ferrell is no longer funny and I don't want him in movies anymore.
He's funny in old shit.
He's
like
funny.
Anchorman was one of my favorite movies.
I hate him in commercials. He's in a PayPal commercial now, and I fucking hate it.
He was great in Anchorman. Made me laugh my ass off.
Yeah, but Anchorman 2's not that good.
No, but the first one with
Yep.
Who was it? Colin.
All the guys. The
everybody
whole group,
was
the
great.
whole group. Yeah.
Kirkinen.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
The whole fucking movie. All right, so my next one came on your recommendation, so you should be happy.
Yay!
Absolutely anything.
That was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fucking way better than I would have thought it would have been. But considering I had never heard of it,
that dog bouncing around and the woman coming over, and you hear him in the back room going, "Do her!"
That's all you remember. So many better moments of that movie.
Oh, there are, but that one that made me laugh so hard.
But I think it is hilarious that because of our discussion about our offenders' powers, that ends up watching a movie that is literally basically my power.
Yeah.
It was like, by the way, we still have not managed to induct anybody else yet.
We may have one.
Nobody. No, I mean nobody has managed to come here to be inducted.
I've got a potential guest we'll talk about later.
Okay, whatever. Well, you got to remember they got to come on at least twice to be inducted.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll see what happens. All right, next one up. The highest grossing documentary of all time. Am I racist?
Didn't see it.
Yep. Well, now you can't because it's only on the Daily Wire.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Then they.
Why everybody pulled it?
No, it made fucking $100 some odd million at the fucking box office, and then it was in a box, made its way around the fucking world, and they just said, "Hey, we made enough money, pull it back to fucking Daily Wire only." And there's no home release, so they're like, "Come on, people need to own this shit on DVD or Blu-ray because it's so goddamn good." That movie is so funny; it is funnier than it has any right to be, and at the expense of the fucking lefty morons who are basically benefiting from your stupidity as a white person. It's fucking so...
My stupidity?
I'm talking about the greater you.
Oh. I'm losing weight, damn it.
Are you, though?
I are.
We didn't talk about your eating habits last week.
No, but they're better.
Yeah.
I made changes.
In 1 week, it changed.
No, I made changes.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Shut up. Go on. Next.
So one that I was highly anticipating... There were some downs to it, but overall, it was one of the best fucking romps of the year, and that's Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire.
Okay, that's one I have to watch.
Yeah, so you
I
got
haven't seen it
to
yet.
get caught up on the entire Monarch saga. You haven't seen any of it.
Well, I've seen up to King of Monsters.
But did you watch them in order?
Yes.
Okay, so you've seen up to King of Monsters, so there's still 2 movies you haven't seen.
I saw -1.
Yeah, they're not in the same universe.
Okay. Well,
Wait, when did you watch -1?
On my own, but
This year.
yeah.
So it should have been on your list.
Hey, put that one on my list.
-1 was on my list last year. Yeah.
I agree. One of the, other than Thickzilla,
Yeah.
one of the best shot. Amazing what they did with such a small budget.
Yeah, but
We covered that already.
Yeah. So I should have reminded you -1. -1 was on my list last year.
See, I don't remember what I looked.
Actually, -1 was my top last year.
That was fucking great.
Yeah, fucking see. But Godzilla X Kong, it was everything you could probably want, except for the amount of humans in it. They need to start reducing the human bullshit in it. But otherwise, continuing the Monarch story. Oh fuck, I forgot to include the Monarch series. Oh wait, no, that was last year.
Okay, what movies am I missing?
Well, okay, so from King of the Monsters, there's 2 more movies. There's both Godzilla Kong movies.
Okay, which ones?
Both the only ones that exist. Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla X Kong.
Oh, wait. I saw Godzilla versus Kong. That's where King Kong gets the axe, right?
Yes.
Okay,
No.
I saw that one.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So you saw that one. So you just need to watch X Kong.
Okay.
That came out this year. It's on the streamings. You can stream it virtually.
The New Empire, correct?
Yeah. It's on.
I got it, Amazon.
Yes, but I believe it's Warner Brothers, so it's on HBO.
No, it's on Amazon as well.
Yes, but on Amazon you have to rent it.
No, I think I have an HBO subscription via Amazon.
If you've already paid for it, you're good. Yeah. Just don't pay extra for it because it is available.
It's on my watch list. Why haven't I watched it?
Because you've been busy watching 21 seasons of NCIS. That's why. Because I told you to watch it when I first watched it. All right. Either way,
Once again, follow up on homework.
I try to, and then you're just like, well, I've been working the Legion.
Well, I do that a lot.
I know. Too much, some would say.
Dude, so those old ladies, half of them are staring at me like I'm a piece of fucking cheesecake. So, and they're dirty as hell. They're mean as shit half the time. So I got to stay on my toes just to keep up with them.
Seems like they need to keep Amy on their toes.
Oh, they're funny as hell. Amy likes them.
Yeah. I probably actually know a couple of them if I had, probably from the brewery. All right. My number 2 was on your list, of course, and that would be Dune 2.
Yes.
I mean, we already talked about it a million times. It has its problems. Mostly the problems you have. My problem is the weird pacing issue where you literally have no clue how much time has passed, and then you realize the whole movie
They
takes
rushed
place.
so much and got
One of my coworkers,
Jeff mad.
barely into nerd stuff. He didn't know anything about Dune. He randomly, while he was out on vacation for Thanksgiving, decided to watch Dune 1. Thought it was cool. Came back, talked to me about it when he came back. Because obviously he saw the stuff for Dune Prophecy.
Did you tell him, hey, listen to Jeff yell?
No. What I told him was, okay, you're going to watch Dune 2, and the first thing you're going to notice is you have no fucking clue how much time has passed from the beginning of that movie to the end of that movie until you realize Jessica was pregnant at the beginning of that movie, and she still hasn't given birth by the end of it. So it's like 7 months at max from beginning of movie to end of
which
movie.
is ridiculous because in canon
It's
it's
like
at least
2 years.
5 years.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say at least 2.
No, Aaliyah of the Knife, his the sister that was born.
Yeah,
Um,
she's unborn now.
she's like this tall.
Yeah,
like,
she's 2 years older. So
she's 5 or 7 years.
well, the hat makes her taller.
Yeah, but
She
still.
does have the Reverend Mother hat.
But it's so creepy watching that little kid walk around just speaking as an adult.
I know, it's fucking weird. All right, so Dune 2, don't need to talk about it too much more. I had my issues with it. I told my friend about said issues, and he said, yeah, what the fuck was that? Once he watched it, he came back the next day. And it was like, what the hell, man? That didn't make any sense. I mean, it was a good, pretty movie and all that stuff. And then when I told him the stuff that you complained about, he's like, I mean, this is the thing you missed, so you're not going to care about.
Yeah.
Unlike you. My number 1 should have been on your goddamn list, but somehow you forgot the biggest fucking movie of the year.
No doubt.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Fucking A, I forgot that one. Yes, I agree with you 100%. Number 1.
I forget. Who did you go see that movie with?
You.
Exactly, you dumb fuck.
When were you going to tell me this was coming out?
I wasn't going to because it sucks.
Okay.
It's anime. You're not going to watch it.
Oh, no, okay, never mind.
And it's a complete story. They bought the appendices and then created a whole movie around a character that doesn't exist.
Okay.
So don't worry about it. Much like The Rings of Power. Don't fucking watch it.
Not gonna.
Yep. Okay. So
I just finished Desolation of Smog.
good movie.
Yeah.
But unneeded.
Fun though.
Yeah. Actually, just don't watch the last one. Desolation is
Oh,
fine.
5 Armies?
Yeah, don't watch that one.
Yeah, okay.
Just skip to the end of it. Just
Wait, I did see 5 Armies.
it's fucking long and dumb.
Billy Connolly on a boar pig.
I hate it. That's the thing I hate the most about that movie.
Really, I heard Billy Connolly's voice. Like, I know that guy.
I knew it was Billy Connolly, and I fucking was sad that they did that to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get this to our last tops of the thing. So best things of the year, that's experiences, stuff you bought, or whatever.
Not really my car. That's
Okay.
new. That's the only really new thing.
Well, you bought a lot of cool shit this year.
Yeah.
That whole carbine fucking
Okay,
setup.
yeah, I've built some guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, some recent builds. Yeah, that was fun.
You got to go back to the Renaissance for the first time in a decade.
We did that.
Yeah. So I like how I get to fill your list out for you
Hey, it works for me.
by things I remember you doing.
Yeah, we went to the back to Renfest for the first time in like 10 years.
That's what I said.
It was ridiculous. We had a good time.
Yeah.
Built some fun guns.
Yep. you did do that. When you had free time, you built some fun guns.
To me, that's all work related.
Yeah, but it's still it's just things that happen to you that are cool or good.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. No, the work sucks, but
I
the
started
building the
working-
kick-ass guns
At the
does
same
not.
time, I
You
joined
got that badass shotgun.
Yes, and I'm about to sell it.
Okay,
I don't use it,
that's fair.
and I'd rather have a 10 millimeter carbine.
Yeah, I don't have any money, or I'd buy it for me.
Yeah, about $800 for everything.
Yeah, I might have money. Pretty kick-ass shotgun.
It is. It's a beast.
I need something extra to stick behind the door.
That thing's huge and heavy.
Yeah, well, most of us are.
One thing you can get for it is a 29 round banana magazine.
That'd be fun.
It hangs down by your knees.
Yeah,
Or a 19 round drum.
yeah. We'll talk. So something that is glaringly off your list. That should be obvious.
What? Oh yeah,
You're here doing this. This exists in your life. Thanks.
This does exist.
Fucktard.
I told you I suck at homework.
I know. You just didn't think about it. It's fine.
I never think of good in my life. I really don't.
Well, see, that's one reason why I do these lists is because I used to be a massively negative person, and I still.
Next time you're doing my lists.
Well, look at it this way. I'm at least somewhat keeping track of your life enough to know. It's like, look at it this way. A positive in your life is that someone new gives a shit about it.
Yes. Once again, you joining our group of friends, hanging out, doing things. That's been fun.
Oh, that should have been on my list. Honorable mention. I'm just kidding. It's technically it's in there, but either way. Can you think of anything else that good from this past year that either you purchased? I know purchases are like whatever, but like you've done some cool shit.
Yeah, if I'm
throughout
going to
the
write
year.
it off on taxes, it's not that big of a big deal to me.
I mean, it kind of is.
But other than joining the Legion, getting my wife and son involved with the American Legion,
Yeah.
and getting to know those people, making new connections, and finding some place where I actually feel like I do belong. That's made a big difference. Even though I do work there nonstop.
Yeah. See, I didn't include it on the list, but it was a positive. Was trivia nights.
And I've kind of stopped those. I've lost a lot of interesting trivia.
While we were doing it, it was fun.
Yeah.
Except for the one time we kind of got into a fight, but that was.
That's because you refused to listen.
You also refuse to listen every single week while we sit here.
Huh?
Put a turbo on it. Yeah. Okay, either way. So let me go over my list then, because it's pretty concise.
Wrap it up. Let's take this baby home.
So, sort of mentioned it, the podcast, but I'd say the best thing out of the podcast all year long was episode 100. So, where we sat down with almost every person who's ever been on this show, and then you, me, Will, and Jessica. Jessica fucking participated, which doesn't happen.
Right.
It was a 4.5 hour shit show, but I
had two drinks the entire time, and I had to put up with everyone else.
Yeah, because you had to go to work, unlike everyone else.
Right.
So yeah, no, it was still fucking. And dude, coming up with 100 goddamn questions to do for that was.
We
hard.
did have a lot of fun, a lot of laughs.
And Dante didn't even make it halfway.
Nope.
He should not have had the wine out of the fucking Gatorade bottle.
He's so fucking classy.
Love you, Dante. It's gonna be fun sitting in person with doing a podcast.
Would
with
that
him.
have made that haterade?
No,
No.
because it's wine. Nobody hates wine. All right, so next up on the list is getting my Pit Boss smoker and discovering picanha.
You've been on a picanha kick, kind of like I've been on.
Dude, I got a fucking prime picanha in the fucking fridge right now.
Kind of like I've been on a Bidia kick here lately.
Well, you were.
And it's delicious.
Yeah, you haven't done it in a little bit.
Guess what you're getting on the 31st?
Heartache.
The Bidia tacos, baby.
Fine. I'll bring picanha.
No,
I might.
Ooh.
What?
Picanha in a blanket. Do like pigs in a blanket, but with picanha and some cheese in them?
I'll just do empanadas.
Yep, either way.
Oh, yeah, I haven't done empanadas. Frying foods as well. So basically, how about this? As a whole, increasing my cooking skills.
We have learned to eat less healthy.
Increasing my cooking skills to both smoking and frying.
Also this year, I finally got below 300 pounds.
And then you went right back up.
No, I'm still at 290.
Okay.
I was on the scale yesterday, still at 290.
Okay. I don't know where I'm at right now. I don't want to look.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest. I'll be 100% honest. This weekend, I got lighter.
Another 50 pounds, I'll be at my next goal.
Yeah. So
hopefully that'll happen this summer.
Yeah. So this coming beginning of this next year, definitely getting back on track. All right. So next on my list, vacationing up to Oklahoma and finally meeting Sean for the first time.
Oh, there you go.
That was fucking fantastic. Going up there to meet Trisha, that was my excuse to go meet Sean.
Oh, if I ever get a bike running, I may run up there and just surprise him.
Nah, he ain't gonna have time. He made time to fucking.
Oh, he'll make time for me.
Yeah, maybe.
Mr. Love, I'm here, motherfucker.
Take your car up there. All right. So the newest entry on the meter is the newest thing in the fucking house, and that would be the ghost trap and the PKE meter that I just got. Because holy fuck, I paid for that over a year ago, and it only just came yesterday.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it took them quite a long time to get that done. The overall product, pretty fucking cool, but apparently accidentally discovered some secret modes while we were messing with it.
For real, Morse code.
Yeah. Okay, so guys.
You need to get a Morse code translator.
I got to figure out how to make it do it again. I don't even know what we did. It's not in the instructions.
It was sitting there. I pulled my sunglasses from underneath the cord.
I was banging on it, messing with it.
And it started doing Morse code.
I don't know if I hit a different button.
I want to know what it says.
Yeah, it was like a hardcore Morse code thing. And then it wouldn't function like normal. It like you hit the trap thingy and it wouldn't pop open or anything. So like I had no clue what we did.
Maybe it was something sending a message.
We kicked it in. I think so. We kicked it into a secret mode somehow. No idea. Camera wasn't rolling. Fucking sucks because I did an hour-long out-the-box review of it. Because it's not in the instructions. And I know they include like secret shit. So I don't know what we did to do that. So I'll have to figure that out. All right, either way. Fun thing. Next thing on the list, once again, this is stuff I got in this section before it goes otherwise. Actually, it's all up until the other thing is stuff I got. The 3016 scale Power Rangers figures that I've got in the last few months up here. So really cool. Oh, I know what that was. So very cool. It was a collection that I resisted getting into, but also considering that I felt slighted by Hasbro for no longer doing the smaller figures, I said, fuck it, I'm going to buy the big expensive ones like a dumbass. But actually, I've got the Pink Ranger over there. So I have the last one of that collection, and I'm thoroughly resisting buying the next two fucking character sets because they're $600 a piece. And then I'd also have to figure out where to put them.
If you'd stop spending money on these, your car would get finished.
Maybe. But then I also wouldn't have things I love in my room.
But you'd have a car that's finished.
Just when my car runs.
But it's ugly.
So you're one to talk.
At least I'm working on it.
So I'm working on mine.
No, you're not.
I am.
You made it run better.
Yeah. Well, not today. It didn't. It was very unhappy about
Oh,
the rain.
really?
Yeah, it doesn't like rain. Especially if it's not working. If it's not running in the rain, it's very not happy.
Oh, I fired that Jetta up the other day when it was 29 degrees out.
Yeah.
I let it idle, let it finally start turning out a little heat, got the windshield defrosted. It didn't start pumping hot air through the vents until I was in Conroe.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, it took forever for that little 1.9 to get hot. Thank God for the heated Recaro bucket seats.
I don't check thermostat. Maybe overcooling.
Maybe.
Yeah. 'Cause that shouldn't be that bad. I get to the light in my car. I get to the fucking light in my
because
heat
of the EGR delete, they pulled some of the stuff out that recirculates hot air back in. And that's supposed to help, like in colder climates, get it up to heat faster.
Yes, but clearly it doesn't keep the water up faster.
Yeah.
Which is bad when it's cold outside and you're trying to keep warm.
Anyways, you're angry.
Yep. All right, so the next thing on the list, technically I'm gonna adapt it slightly because I put the New Age Dinobots on there. Those are ones that were out on the fucking table for fucking weeks. It's nice to complete a collection and it be good, but then also Hasbro themselves gave us a complete set of the Dinobots finally this year. So both of those things, very happy. One of my favorite Transformers of all time. Gotta love it from my kid days because they rarely do good versions. Hasbro ones are meh, but the New Age ones are very cool. I enjoy them. So, yay. And also, once again, a collection that is effectively done. So, here's the thing. The idea is not to endlessly grow this room. It's to finish a fucking collection. If a brand will finish a fucking thing, then I can have a sense of completion. That Power Ranger shelf will never be complete, and therefore it's kind of an affront to me.
Time to box it up.
And maybe nobody wants it. All right, either way. No more ranting. All right, next thing. Actually, it's an improvement for this podcast. These boom arms.
Those are good boom arms. I like them.
Compared to the thing we were using for years.
That was awful. The tippy folly over all the time.
Yeah, that didn't go very good.
No.
Yeah, so these actually are good. And technically speaking, I still have the extensions.
Yeah, you remember I'd have to use my drink to keep it weighed down to keep it from falling over.
Yeah, and you had to like pull up into the fucking thing like that because now you can sort of sit back.
Sort of.
You're still pretty far away.
Mama gave me a longer cord than that. I may need a longer cord.
Yeah, well, just
Dick.
that's what I did the last time. You wanted more. You only need like an inch more.
That's what she said.
No. All right. Next thing up is another Transformer, but it's something that's really fucking cool. It's the Agent Knight. That is a transforming version of Kit from Knight Rider. Pretty fucking solid. It's the one that was out there. Looks like Kit.
I may play with that one.
It's pretty fun. But the cool part about it is that it has lights and sounds. It doesn't play the song because copyrights, but it actually has Kit's voice. The fucking lights move on the front. Yeah, makes that noise. It's not the best figure ever, but is a very cool figure that
A little bit of nostalgia.
a lot of nostalgia because also I got one over there that was the Turtle Van. Not nearly as cool. Fun toy. I played with Agent Knight for fucking 3 weeks, and I still haven't reviewed the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't reviewed anything that's piled on the desk over there. But I just thought that was a really, really fun collaboration because, they have the Ghostbusters one right here that is actually fucking pretty piss poor. Looks cool as Ecto-1, but the actual robot sucks. At least the robot on that is good, and the car is good. So either way, next thing is something that you got me into, technically speaking. That's the Unsubscribed podcast.
So good.
Like, I didn't know about it. I knew about the guys.
You watch it more than I do now.
I watch it every week.
Yeah.
I have to. It's part of my life now. So it's fucking hilarious. I was actually going back earlier today, and I had started several episodes that I never finished, and so I went back and I was finishing them because I watch it at work on Saturdays because that's when it drops. Once I figured out it drops on Saturdays.
Well, that's a lot of time. You can throw it on, throw an earbud in, and actually keep up with it while you're working.
Yeah. That's what I do. So when I watch on me podcasts.
I'm sure if I got back in the shop more, I'd catch up on a lot more podcasts.
Probably.
Or I'd just listen to more books.
Do podcasts. Sexual human interaction.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, my top thing of the year is Kill Tony.
Yes.
Technically speaking, I started last year.
I was late to the game.
But like I had barely really started watching Kill Tony on the regular last year.
And you didn't tell me about it until what, 2 months ago? 3?
I talked about it damn near every fucking week. It's not my fault you didn't watch it.
But I'm 100% in now.
Yeah, me too. So the point is I watch it at work Tuesday mornings or at some point on Tuesdays. So
a lot of times the wife and I will hang out together and watch it.
Jessica and I will watch it together sometimes, but we're never in the same room for that long.
But the Schadenfreude makes her leave.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're both sitting there laughing so hard we can't breathe.
Yeah. I think it's affected the way I look at comedy. It's not, and the thing is, if it was perfect every week, it would get boring.
Exactly.
The fact that we have downhills for it, but also the fact it is the biggest live comedy podcast, biggest live podcast, period. But the fact that they have a fucking arena tour. They did Madison Square Garden.
YouTube Arena, HEB Arena.
The LA Forum.
Yeah.
All this year. And to the fact that they're going back to another double night for New Year's Eve.
The fact that the Madison Square Garden said they would love to have Kill Tony back with one caveat.
No Ari Shaffir.
Oh, no Ari Shaffir, because that cost them.
He cost them $100,000
yes.
to show a fake dick and a fake vagina. And Ari knew it.
Yep. And he's
Tony should have billed him. He should have literally been like, you motherfucker. I know we made he probably made way more than that.
Yeah.
Because that is like a 7-figure show now.
But still, that's an unacceptable.
Actually, Kill Tony might be an 8-figure show.
Well, right now from YouTube alone, they get $100,000 a episode.
Yeah, it's probably more.
Well, that's what he said. That's going to cost us $100,000 for this episode.
No, he was talking about how much money it cost him, but you got to think that was on a tour contract.
No. He said it in a week or two ago.
Yes, but I'm saying it didn't cost him that. An episode did not cost him that. I'm saying that
he talked about them demonetizing that episode on YouTube, and that'll cost him $100,000.
Maybe.
Anyway,
yeah, but I'm saying there's probably way bigger episodes.
I think it was somebody playing a guitar. One of the.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I remember when he said that,
Yeah.
but I think he's technically way higher than that. It's I guarantee you, Kill Tony, even without ticket sales, the tour is probably an 8 to 9 figure fucking show.
Oh yeah,
and especially considering the brand deals. Do you notice he lost some brands there for a little while? He stopped. Well, if you listen to the audio version, you hear a lot more of the brand deals now, but it cuts out a bunch of them at this point. But Kill Tony, probably the best thing. I think it's actually made me funnier, but it's also entirely possible it's hurt some relationships because I'll be watching Kill Tony and somebody will try to talk to me about things and I will reflect that humor back at them. And then I realize, oh, that was probably a mean thing to say. However, some of the funniest shit that I have said in our private chat of the old co-hosts of this show has come from the fact that I watch Kill Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Like some talking about certain celebrities that have died, go diving deeper into, dark humor, but also Unsub does that too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they're less. Now, if we ever manage to get the Unsub crew on Kill Tony.
Oh God, that's going to be absolute chaos.
If you could imagine Nick, Eli, probably not Donut because he's probably freak out, but if you get the other 3 main hosts on Kill Tony for a good night, it'll probably be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's actually, I think a lot of times it's their stories back and forth that are funny. Now, if you can get Tony Hinchcliffe on Unsub,
Yes.
which probably will never happen.
Bring along Cam.
Oh God. No,
Yes.
Cam, I don't know if Cam would go in that house. It's too white and a lot of guys
Oh, it
with
would be
guns.
so much fun.
I mean, maybe. I think it'd be funnier if he brought William. William would probably fit in a little bit better.
Or David Lucas.
Oh, David Lucas would 100% go on.
Oh, yeah.
Unsub. 100%.
And all they do
Unsub.
is back and forth cut on each other, and they'd
Yeah.
be laughing their asses off.
Could you imagine fucking the fat electrician and the fat comedian fucking going back and forth? Well, the funny thing is all those guys follow comedy and they also follow politics
Yeah.
at the same time. So when they managed to talk about Kill Tony and Timcast in the same fucking episode, I'm like, this is interesting. Also, Brandon has been on Joe Rogan at some point, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, when he was making his run for
Way back,
Congress.
yeah. But somehow you can't get the rest of at least the core 3 that are in Texas onto fucking
Yeah, for
Joe
us,
Rogan.
it's an hour drive. Go.
Go get them all on Joe Rogan one episode. It will be fucking hilarious. And they can talk about gun stuff because Joe loves guns. Joe loves all the other stuff. They love hunting. They can share hunting
Bring
stories.
along angry cops.
Oh my God. If you could get, I'm trying to, no, he knows of Rogan.
Yeah.
And he's been to some of the shows at the mothership for sure. But if you can get angry cops, oh my God, completely uncensored. They just did their range day
Nice.
this year, the creative range day.
I got one coming up. I got to practice.
Not like their range day.
No, theirs are way better.
I think they set a new record.
Mine are all work.
So So we're gonna wrap up here in a second because
Please,
we're
God.
at the thing where I know Jessica's probably called me like 6 times. The unsub range day at Demolition Ranch, or technically Desperado Ranch, last year was over 3,000 people. Last December, I bet they probably hit 4,500 this year.
Oh, wow.
I've seen just some clips and like some on the ground footage. One new addition for this year was Brendan Herrera's Warthog fucking Cybertruck with the 50 cal mounted to it in the back. So people got to play with that. Plus somebody brought a couple miniguns, and AK-50 now exists. So a lot of people got to shoot the AK-50.
Nice.
So it just the short amount of stuff I've seen from their range day, which they failed really hard at fucking keeping a secret. They mentioned it too many times, and they're like, "Oh fuck," because they said, "Oh yeah, we got the thing in December," and they're like, "Oh, you're talking about range day?" And they're like, "Shut the fuck up!" It's like because I can't talk about it ahead of time. But like, ultimate goal would be to somehow get to an unsub range day. That'd be fun, and the Kill Tony thing. Either way, so guys, that's gonna be our top things of this year. 10. Well, you know. Eventually, Jeff figured out there were 10s on his list.
We figured things out.
Yes, I've remembered things for you.
But now all I know right now is my dog probably has to take a massive piss.
Probably, more than likely. But look, I said we were going to go at least till this
Yep.
late, so we're doing pretty good.
And then no break for dinner, right to work.
Yeah, so it's fine. It is fine. I got to do the same thing because I got to get to men's group.
Yep.
Well, I got like 10 minutes before I got to leave.
Well, the next time you're going to hear from us will be hopefully New Year's Eve
Well, you'll hear from us in the new year.
in the new year.
Hopefully,
gonna
if
record
that
New Year's
episode
Eve.
records.
I will probably be half lit. He won't be.
Are you shitting me?
Well, who's driving?
I'm gonna. Jessica can drive. Look,
Bullshit.
she has had too much fucking fun when we go out in public.
Then why don't y'all I'll bring another air mattress. We'll all just pass out there.
No, I'm fine. I'd rather go home.
Yeah.
I don't sleep good at other places. But no, well, likely what will happen is I will drink enough to be fun, but also that I don't have to drive.
Oh, I'm gonna.
But I can remember how to push buttons.
I'm gonna be unhinged a little bit.
Be slightly unhinged, but be. So there will be. My goal for that episode will be
this
to
will
have.
be my first party get together in like 6 months or a year or longer.
Yeah, because you've been too busy.
I've been nonstop, baby.
Yep. So it's a problem. So he'll be cutting loose. Hopefully it'll be. I will be editing heavily. So let's just say it this way: join the Patreon so you can get the full uncut video versions. Except for that, there will not be video of that episode.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
not dragging everything.
I'm not.
That's a lot to drag.
And not to mention having to set up the cameras. God knows what I might have to avoid filming. And also, some people are probably massively camera shy.
Jeff, where's your pants?
Realistically, if I even bring my computer, it'll be a thing. I might only bring this and record raw to it.
All right, cool.
We'll see how well that works. So I'm already gonna have to manually get all my travel equipment set up.
Yeah. So you're bringing the 3 mics, right?
I'll be bringing the 4 mics.
Do you want to put the lapels on us?
No,
Okay.
I have 4 microphones.
Okay.
I have 4 microphones. I had to think about it.
Good. Well, let's wrap it up.
So, all right, guys. So, guys, like, subscribe, do all those other things. You can write into the show with your top list. It doesn't have to be 10, much like Jeff. You can do that at NowYouMadeItAwkwardMail@gmail.com. Or if you want to type it all out in the comments on Facebook, you can do that. Or if you want to somehow do a message, do that. Be like Sean normally would do. But we weren't about to try to fucking include that here.
Oh, hell
They
no.
would have had no fucking time to include that. So, but guys, Happy New Year and all that, because obviously we won't talk to you until the next New Year. So hope you had a good Christmas. Though for us, it hasn't happened yet.
I hope we have a good Christmas.
I'm gonna try. I mean, I gotta get there. If I can have a good shit on Christmas, I'll be happy.
You'll have time off. I'll be working.
I'll have 1 day. I'll have 1.5 days off.
Yes.
Because technically speaking, I think we work the day after Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah. Not fucking stupid. Oh, I probably won't actually. To be fair.
Well, to be fair.
Oh, don't say to be fair. I hate when people say to be fair. It sounds like to be fair.
Well, to be fair.
I forgot the tit fucker button was there.
Nice.
That was this.
Give your balls a tug, you tit fucker.
What? No bird?
No.
Anyway.
So, guys, for
Thanks, guys.
2024. Okay,
Okay, bye.
bye. Where's my button?
Turn it up.